Hi there, and welcome to the first ever St Basils Big Sleepout from home. I'm Barry, this is Sian.
Hi.
And we're your hosts for this evening, aren't we, Sian?
We are.
Yeah. So things are a bit different tonight because of the global pandemic that we're experiencing right now. Normally we would be doing a big sleep out in the grounds of our cathedral, or the big Birmingham Cathedral up in the centre of the city. But unfortunately that can't happen tonight. So here we are all doing it from home. We are in the car park of where St Basils is based down in Digbyth. And really this is going to be a different experience tonight for everyone. I don't know if you can see the breath on me just now, you know, because it's so cold. It's only 6 o'clock. It's destined to get colder, we know. But we know that everybody's doing the sleep out a little bit different tonight. Some people are doing it in the gardens of their homes. Some people are doing it in their offices, outside or inside. Some people are doing it sofa surfing. Because the reality of homelessness isn't just rough sleeping. We know that homelessness can cover a whole broad range of things. So tonight is going to be very, very different, as I say, but we're hoping we're going to have some fun. We've got a whole load of things lined up, which Sian's going to tell you about just now.
Yeah, we've got live interviews with the Mayor of the West Midlands, Andy Street. We have Councillor Sharon Thompson joining us, and we also have the Bishop of Birmingham. But there's loads more than that. We've got tunes from the band of the West Midlands Fire Service. We have an amazing shadow puppet show that you need your torches for. We've got some stargazing, films and music, a quiz, and our famous Digbyth Derby.
The Digbyth Derby is one of those bizarre things which was a silly idea from our events manager, Steve Rainbow, who is in the background just now. Hi, Steve.
Hello.
There he is. Yeah, I remember him saying to me, he says, Barry, this is an idea I've had. And I have to confess, I thought, this is a bit silly and I don't see how this is actually going to work. But apparently it's got almost 100,000 followers on TikTok, which apparently is something all the cool kids use. I have to confess, I don't use it. Anyway, so yeah, that's some of the stuff we're going to be doing tonight. It's going to be great fun. We're going to learn all about what St Basils is. If this is the first time that you've tuned in to hear anything about St Basils, you're going to find out about our work and what it is and why it's so vital to the young people in the West Midlands. But as we say, the event is very, very different tonight. Normally, we would be all together up at the Cathedral in Birmingham. Over 700 of us normally sleep out at that event. So what we're going to do just now is we're going to play a video from an event which we did back in 2018.
About SleepOut, it's a real community event. One of the things that I love about it is you can have chief executives from big businesses across the Midlands taking part. Some of them actually from around the country come along and take part in this event. Sleeping and taking part with people who work in factories, you know, and it's one of those events that's not exclusive, it's inclusive to everyone that takes part.
I know it's just one day a year, but well, it's one day, different locations. But this one in particular, I think is really good. It's in the city centre. A lot of people come, you know, just for this, and it's not necessarily about, you know, just giving people, I guess, an idea of what it is, what it's like to actually sleep out and be homeless on the streets. So you're not necessarily in the dark, but you can actually feel it, and you can empathise as well. So you can actually do a lot more to help.
We've been involved with St Basils for, gosh, how long has it now, Fergie? About 6 years?
6 years.
About 6 years, yeah, in various projects. So it's the first time we've done this, though. So this is our 2018 project with St Basils. I think probably because we all work in cities most of the time, like Birmingham, Cardiff, London, and basically you see people on the street corners who need the help. So we're going to do something about it.
Been doing the St Basils SleepOut for 12 years. When I found out more about what the charity did and the amazing work they do to not just tackle homelessness but prevent it in the first place, just kept coming back. It really resonated with me, the stuff that they do.
I think
like they're getting it out there so that everyone can do it, and there's been a good turnout. There's been a lot of people turning up here, and I think it's good that this is happening, because if it wasn't happening, not many people would know about it and not many people would want to change.
I think there's a nice spirit here tonight, but we have to remember that what this is really all about is helping St Basils do some incredible work that they do with young people at risk of homelessness or rough sleeping in the city in the year. So all credit to St Basils. Just want to come and show them.
I think St Basils is a fantastic charity city, and to see so many different causes in such a worthwhile cause is amazing. I'm very proud to be a part of it.
We're 11 friends that have come together, structure behind us. Actually, being part of this is really important for us because actually, as a friendship group, supporting the charity, but also raising the awareness across our city around why youth homelessness is so important.
He drives home, I think. It's not. And I remember last year all saying to each other that you're almost counting down from about 3 o'clock in the morning that you're going home to a warm bed, and that's when it hits you that people can't do that.
The team have that as soon as we know the date for St Basils SleepOut, that goes in our team calendar. It's one of the ones where we really like to make an effort and be there to support St Basils. And I know from seeing the work that St Basils do that they really make every penny of that sponsorship that people get, and they make that work really hard, and it all goes to the right place. I've got so much faith in the work that St Basils do.
This is about raising money, and lots of people here will be being sponsored tonight, and that pays for the services, the critical services that St Basils conduct every year. But I think it's something else as well. It's actually about camaraderie, not a sense of solidarity, togetherness, people saying this is a really important issue in our city. Lots of people are working very hard to try to combat it at the moment, and I think people are just saying let's all work together to do that.
Anybody who's raising any amount of money for us, it could be £10, it could be £20,000, it doesn't matter how much they raise, they get treated the same, with the same level of support.
One of the things about our SleepOut, there's lots of SleepOuts now, and it's not about this is not what it's like, is it? If you were actually in this situation, none of us are pretending that it is. But it's a great leveller. It doesn't matter what you do, what your job is, what you do, whether you're working, whether you're not, what age you are or anything. It is a great leveller that we all come together here and we're all doing the same thing, all for the same cause.
St Basils is an organisation that works with young people aged 16 to 25 who are homeless or at risk of homelessness. We are a registered housing association, and we're also a charity. And we work predominantly in the West Midlands. Our heartland is in Birmingham, but we work in many other areas of the West Midlands. So young people, when they are at risk of homelessness, they will tend to try to sort everything out themselves first through their families or their friends. They may stay on friends' sofas for a bit. They will try to resolve the situation themselves until they no longer can. And then they need somewhere that's easy, straightforward and safe to go to. So what we try to do at St Basils is, in all of the areas that we work in, we try to make sure that access to our assistance is really straightforward. So that can be by text if anyone's got access to phones. But in the areas of Birmingham and Solihull, we have youth hubs, and they are the single point of access for any 16 to 25-year-old who is worried about their housing or is at risk of homelessness. They only have to go to that one place, and then services, not just us, but others, will wrap around them and help take them through the next steps.
Yeah.
as well. So tell us about, why you're doing the event tonight.
I feel like I need to do the event to support St Basils and also raise awareness when it comes to homelessness across the city. I am absolutely super proud of St Basils for all the hard work that they've put in over not just this last year, this difficult year, but over the years to past. And particularly when it comes to COVID-19 and keeping our young people safe. So, I just want to say thank you to all the staff, board members, Jean Templeton and everybody else involved. But also thank you to everybody that's taking part tonight and donating to raise money.
Yeah, it's a very, very different event tonight because, I know you've done it in the past. We're normally either in the car park here or we're in the grounds of the Cathedral. But you are doing the event tonight, aren't you?
I am doing the event tonight. I'm going to be in my back garden with my tent. So it's going to be very different. The nice thing is I will not be listening to any of my colleagues snoring this year, and I won't name which ones they are. So, I will be taking part with my son. We'll be in the garden this evening.
No, brilliant. Well, I think that's one of the things about it that always strikes me about this event is that a lot of people tend to get a really good night's sleep at it. I've noticed in the past, the amount of people I've walked past when we're going around at like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning who are snoring at big sleepouts. But the reality is that for a lot of people that that are in the Midlands, that it's one of those things that unfortunately is just seems to be happening in their city, isn't it? But things are improving, aren't they?
Yes, I think when it comes to rough sleeping, things are definitely improving across the city and in terms of homeless in the wider context. But I do think that COVID-19 is going to bring us some significant challenges. And we do know that young people would be one of the groups that would be most likely to be affected by that through both housing and employment issues. And I think that's why it is so important why we're doing it this year. I know that it's always successful every year, but I think this year is there's more of a need and it's more special to us all. And I think it's great to see such solidarity across the whole city.
Well, great. Well, thank you again, Sharon, for taking part tonight, and thank you for joining us. And we'll speak to you later on, I'm sure. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Stay safe and dry.
We'll be back shortly. We're going to cut to a trailer just now. We'll be back shortly with Jean, the Chief Executive of St Basils, just to give us a bit of a background about why we're doing tonight and why it's important that you're all taking part. Speaking to us at the Big Sleep Out from home, and I just want to introduce just now to Jean Templeton, our Chief Executive, who's going to tell you a little bit more about St Basils.
Thank you, Barry, and good evening, everybody. And I hope you're well wrapped up, because although it's been a lovely day, it's very chilly this evening. So I just, first of all, want to say a huge, huge thank you to all of you for doing this tonight on a Friday evening. And although we've done over 30 sleep outs over 30 years, and we've been in this car park and we've been at the Cathedral, we've never actually done one like this. So it's a bit strange for all of us. But to be honest, I think the fact that so many people have signed up to it and so many people are prepared to do it in your own gardens, in your homes, on your sofas, all sorts of creative ideas. Honestly, it means so much to us and all of the young people that we're supporting. So just very briefly, just some background. When it's been a strange year, and it's a strange year for everyone, and everyone's affected by it in so many different ways. But part of our worry is that young people are affected in some ways more than others, because it really, the whole sort of COVID has challenged both their housing situation and also their employment situation. And as we know, the kind of sectors in hospitality and retail and leisure that young people might get their first jobs in are particularly badly affected, and that's compromised. And so we are really, really keen to make sure that this does not blight young people's futures. So the first thing that we've done in this year, really in early March, is to say, rather than we need to close our services, was how can we keep them open? How can we keep everything open and keep it safe? because one of the things that we know over the years is that young people will try and sort out as many things as they can themselves. They'll go to family, they'll go to friends, they'll do whatever. But then when they need help, they need it there and then, and we have to wrap around them and make sure that they get that support. Otherwise, they can get into very dangerous situations. And so we made sure that we could keep our hubs open, our street team, all of our accommodation and support open. And we've been supporting some 730 young people during the period since March and during lockdowns. And they've been amazing. They've been amazing. And our colleagues and our partners and our volunteers and all of the people that have supported us have also been amazing, because there's no way that anybody can do this on their own. Certainly no organisation can. So we have been able to do that. We've been able to have safety. We've been able to have food supplies. And we've adapted all of our programmes so that although employment is really compromised, actually we're making sure that young people are able to develop their skills and that they will have the opportunity to access whatever roles there are in the future, and they may well be different. So I'm getting the wind-up call here because I could talk all night to you, and that would really help send you to sleep. And that you might welcome that, and Barry may be calling on me later to send you to sleep. However, for now, I just want to say thank you so much for doing this. Absolutely means the world to us and the young people who support. Thank you, and I hope you have a reasonable night. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Jean. And I have to say, at our last SleepOut last year, we were back in the Cathedral, and I remember you talking, I think it's like 2:30 in the morning.
Love it.
Yeah.
It's me.
And do you know what? And the thing I would say is, yeah, Jean does go on, I have to confess. And I mean that. I mean that with the greatest amount of respect. I know. I'm even worse. Yeah, I am even worse, to be fair. But the one thing I'd say about... I know, exactly. I think it must be the Scottish trait.
Yeah, we're both Scottish.
Exactly. But I think one of the things is that I know I always get wound up, don't I? They always tell me to shut up, mighty. But I remember you doing that bit last year, and everybody stayed because they were so fascinated by the issues.
You mean it was so cold outside? That
may have been that.
Right, we've got to go.
No, keep going.
We need to keep talking. Oh.
Steve wound you up to it.
That's lovely. Yeah, he wound you up to it.
But as I'm saying, like last year, everybody stayed along because the issues, I think, they're so relatable without people realising just how relatable that they actually are. The issue with homelessness is people think, homelessness is a particular thing, but the issue is why it happens. So if you want to tell us a little bit about, the issues of why, the reasons why people come to St Basils in the first place. So many, I know.
Yeah, because every single person and every young person is an individual, and they all have the combination of reasons. I mean, the headline is that family relationships, there is conflict and relationship breakdown. Families are no longer willing or able to accommodate. But behind that, lots and lots of situations and lots of pressure on families as well, who may have economic pressures, who may have relationships, social pressures, whatever. So the thing that we do is, 3,665 young people came to us last year, every single one of them really important, is that you don't make assumptions about them. Our hubs, our youth hub in Birmingham, one place where young people 16 to 25 at risk of homelessness need to go. They will go there. They will be properly listened to. There will be proper understanding of what their issues are, what their experiences are, what their preferences are, what their ambitions and their aspirations are. So that whatever is wrapped around from there, it actually meets the needs of that individual young person. And that's really, really important. So yes, you can have headlines as to the reasons, but it's about treating everyone as an individual. And I think that's why we have, of those 3,600 and of the 1,200 that live with us during the year, 90% were able to move on, achieving positive outcomes and moving on in a positive way. And not only overcoming some of the challenges that brought them to us, but hopefully developing the skills and the confidence that will help them to use those in other situations. Because life's like that, isn't it? Yeah. None of us, you're very fortunate if it's just smooth. It's rarely smooth. So it's not about being dependent, it's about teaching. When we talk about independent living skills, it's also about talking to people and teaching but it's how to deal with problems in the future, and how to not let that completely floor you. So that's what we're trying to do while we're here. We're trying to do that in a really safe and respectful environment, because young people will say to us that feeling safe is a really important element of feeling at home.
Now, I'm just going to point something out just now that a member of the team appears to be crawling past us. Steve, can I ask why you're crawling past us at this point in time?
Because I'm going to write on the board.
Right. Okay.
Introduce the band whilst Jean is still there.
Right. So we are going to introduce the band. Yes.
Dancing.
Well, we might later, Jean. We're not getting any wine tonight. But thank you so much, Jean.
Thank you, folks.
For doing that. And yes, I mean, as Jean said, it's so vital that we're doing this event tonight, regardless of what is going on in the world just now with this global pandemic. Our work doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop, and that's why we're doing this tonight. But we did promise that there was going to be some entertainment this evening, and I think we have our first entertainment lined up. It's the West Midlands Fire Service Band.
Wow.
I've got some facts about them here that I didn't know. They were founded in 1984 by a small group of serving firefighters. It's a mixture of amateur and semi-professional musicians. I can never say that word. I should say that they sound absolutely brilliant. They've been great supporters for us for a number of years now. We chatted to the year last year with them, which was great. Thank you very much. If you do want to know a little bit more about their work, bwmfs.org. Check them out, but make sure you do it after this lovely performance from the band.
Thank you very much for joining us again. I'm glad you got to hear the bands of the West Midlands. That's not going to be the end of it. They'll be playing with us later on tonight. But right now, we've got another major treat in store for you. I hope you got your torches there ready. I did mention it earlier on, because we have the Fingers and Thumbs Theatre Company, who was set up by the amazing Drew Colby, who works for the UK and in UK and South Africa. He's performed all over the world, including for B&Q, Nintendo, Sainsbury's, and for BBC. So what a treat you guys have got in store now. Like I said, go and grab your torches now.
Hello everyone, my name is Drew Colby and I'm a shadowgrapher. Does anyone know what that means? Anyone? I'll tell you. A shadowgrapher is someone who performs hand shadow shows. Now I'm going to perform a little show for you, but I'm also going to show you how you can do it yourselves. But first, we have to warm up. So everybody go like, stretch those fingers nice and far, and everybody go like this. And everybody go like this. And now we are ready. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. And you've made a wolf. Arroo! Now to make the shadows, you're going to need a light of some kind. Now you can use a torch, or you can use a mobile phone light. Ooh. And now it's time to start the show. Hello. Old Mr. Shadow, he follows your star. He's always with you, wherever you are. Moo. Moo, 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 moo. Moo, 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 moo. Moo, 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 moo. Nanum, 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 nanum. Ba 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 ba. Huh? Da 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 da. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. And you've made a horse. Brrr. Old Mr. Shadow, he follows your star. Ding 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 ding. everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. And you've made a bird. Oh. Oh, ah, oh, Ding 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 ding. Boom 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 boom. 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 Oh 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 oh. Oh, 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 Old Mr. Shadow, when evening falls, he makes funny pictures appear on the walls. And when you're sleeping, and the stars come shining through, meow. Meow. Meow, 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 meow. Shh. 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 No. 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 Shh. Shh. Ah, the world's only barking giraffe. Ta-da! Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. And you've made a rooster. Old Mr. Shadow, when evening falls, he makes funny pictures appear on the walls. And when you're sleeping, oh, the rabbit is in his hole. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La wait. La 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 la. La wait. La 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 la. Hey. La 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 la. Hip hop hop. La 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 Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like. Now everybody go like this. And you've made an elephant. Hello. Ah. Ah. Oh. Oh. Hey. Old Mr. Shadow, when evening falls, he makes funny pictures appear on the walls. And when you're sleeping and the stars come shining through, Mr. Shadow will watch over And that's the end of the show. Now, can you remember all the shadows you learned? Let's have a quick recap. Everybody go like this. Everybody go like this. Everybody go like this. And you've made... Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. A horse. Now everybody go. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. And you've made a bird. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. And you've made a rooster. Go like this. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. And you've made an elephant. An elegant elephant. Now those are only the beginnings of hand shadows. If you'd like to learn more, I've got a YouTube channel which has got over 120 videos teaching you how to make everything that I've shown you here, and lots of other animals. So do have a look. The details will be connected to this video. And have a safe, warm, comfortable night. And remember, old Mr. Shadow, when evening falls, he makes funny pictures appear on the walls. And when you're sleeping and the stars come shining through, Mr. Shadow will watch over you. Good night, everyone.
Welcome back to the Big Sleep Out from Home. Big thank you to Drew Colby there for the puppet show. Yeah. And you've been trying to do stuff. So what have you learned so far, Sian? What have you learned?
Well, it just depends how you have your hands. You can create pretty much anything, can't you, really?
That's absolute nonsense you're creating there, Sian.
It's true.
That's really, I don't know if you could see that, but I can tell you right now that was absolutely nothing that she produced from her
It was worth a go. I'll give it a try.
That really wasn't worth a go. Sian has learned nothing from the puppet show today. I can only apologise to you, Drew. I'm sure everybody else who's watching this at home had a lovely time and is an absolute master of puppetry now. So, Sian, tell us a little bit about some of the people who have signed up tonight and how much they've raised so far.
Well, we've got a few superstars out there. One of our own volunteers, Stuart Bell. We've raised over £800 already. Well done, Stuart. Thank you very much, along with all your other support that you give to us. So cheers, mate. We've got as well David Richardson. Thank you so much as well. You've incredibly gone over £500. Well done.
Good man, David. Amazing. Good man. Thank you.
And Cameron Vince Isaac, you're doing great. Carmen, sorry, and you're doing great. £250.
Wonderful. And brilliant names. Vince, that's a strong name, isn't it? Vince. See, I'm called Barry, which is basically, I just sound like, in fact, I'll tell you a true story of why I'm called Barry. No one wants to know, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I'm called Barry because my mother was addicted to bars, I am Roo. Yes, playing to the Scottish stereotype right there. So thank you everybody, if you watch this at home, thank you so much for tuning in. All the people taking part tonight, you are all wonderful, as Sian says. It's really, really appreciated because, you know, the reality is we could not do the work that we do without you, and it's as simple as that. So thank you for doing it tonight. Coming up in the next hour, have you got the rundown of what's happening?
I have, yeah. We've got.
Have you got the rundown?
I have definitely. Yes,
fire away, Sian. Yeah. I did spring that on, to be fair.
So we will be interviewing the Mayor of the West Midlands, Andy Street, and we will also be. This is my favourite part of the night. I love to stargaze, and that's what's coming up. So Colin Hutcheson from the Planetarium.
Yep.
He's at Thinktank Museum. He's going to be putting on a bit of a thing for us.
Thinktank's amazing.
It is.
It's an amazing building. I mean, obviously with everything going on just now, you're not really allowed into these places. I don't think, but an incredible place. You should go along.
Yeah.
They didn't pay me to say that. It's good.
And if you enjoy your Christmas tunes, we have got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer being played by
Classic.
the band of the West Midlands
Classic.
Service again. So yeah, classic thing. We've also got some short films coming up from Flat Pack Festival.
Yeah, Flat Pack Festival.
So yeah, that's what
quite a
we've
bit
got.
coming up in the next hour. So yeah, please stay with us, and we'll see you in the next hour.
I guess if I was to try and sum up what we're trying to do at St Basils, I'd want you to imagine the image of a table. And usually when you look at a table, it has 4 legs. So what do those 4 legs represent? For us, the tabletop would represent homelessness. And the 4 table legs would represent the 4 things that are holding that table up in order to prevent that from happening. So one of them would be your physical and mental health. The other one would be your ability to make money, so your job or your education. The other one would be your support networks, your sort of families and relationships. And the 4th one would be a roof over your head. And all it takes is for one of those things to go wrong and the table becomes unsteady. It might still stand, but the reality is that if one of those table legs was to go, then it'd become very, very difficult for the table to remain standing. So let's just say that you lost your job. You might have a very good support network. You might have a really good family network and support network, and you might have that roof over your head. And as long as those things remain steady and there's a depth to those things that you have, then you should be okay. But think about it, if you've ever been in that situation where you've lost a job and the pressure that puts on your family life and your relationships, the impact that can have on your physical and mental health, then you can see where the cracks begin to appear. So if I was to sum up St Basils in just one image to you, all we are trying to do is just keep the table steady.
Welcome back to the big sleep out from home, St Basils. It's very, very cold now. I checked with Steve earlier on. Apparently it's 4 degrees. It feels far, far colder than that, doesn't it, Andy?
Well, it might to you, Barry, but I'm lucky enough to be indoors tonight. I think I did look at the forecast for you, though, and it said it was going to be a minimum of 2 tonight, so good luck to you.
Well, to be fair, Andy Street, obviously, the Mayor of the West Midlands Combined Authority, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And, I mean, to be fair, Andy, you've done this event a lot of times before, haven't you?
Well, I'm feeling very guilty tonight because I'm not out with you. But I have done it a few years under the arches in St Philip's grounds and all of that. So, yeah, in a sense, I don't need to prove I can do the cold. But in my flat, I don't have a garden and all that. So I'm going to be doing the sleeping out on the sofa to do the sofa surfing bit.
Yeah, to be fair, though, I mean, that is one of the things that you know, St Basils and other charities and organisations like us, I mean, there is this misconception that homelessness is just about rough sleeping, but that really is the tip of the iceberg, isn't it?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I mean, one of the things that Jean, your CEO, your boss, has taught me over the years is the tip of the iceberg is rough sleeping. Tragic, terrible as that is, we must address that. But we've also got to look at all the things that come before that, and we've got to think about the prevention of those things. So in a sense, the sofa surfing tonight is a reflection that that's equally important in your work.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very, very representative, actually, of a lot of the cases that we deal with at St Basils. And I know, as I say, a lot of the other organisations, you know, that work in our sector deal with them. But yeah, you know, as I say, you've done it many, many times before. Have you got any messages or any tips for anybody who's sleeping out tonight?
Well, if you're sleeping out tonight, keep your toes warm. That would be the most important tip of all, because if you've got cold toes, you can't sleep. But I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, Barry. It's probably a very poor reflection on me. But there's a photo that I put on my Twitter of 2 years ago when I slept out, and it just shows how exhausted I must be every day because everyone else has gone in the morning and my cardboard box is left there all on its own. So there we are. It's terrible. So I've always managed to get a good night's sleep, but I know that is not representative of the poor people who do end up sleeping out. So all I would say is fantastic that everyone is doing this tonight, but remember what it's really all about. It's night after night after night and the uncertainty about where you will sleep. We just do it for one night, raise some good money, which is brilliant, but I hope everyone's thinking about their cold toes, but they're also thinking about why they're doing it. And thank you to everybody for taking part.
Well, Andy, thank you so much for joining us. It really is appreciated, and we'll catch up soon, I'm sure.
Thank you, and enjoy your evening, Barry. Everybody enjoy it. Bye-bye.
Take care, Andy. Thank you.
Bye.
Coming up soon, we will have more music from the West Midlands Fire Service, and we're going to have Stargazing as well. So please stay tuned. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Colin, the Planetarium Officer for Thinktank Planetarium. Tonight, as you prepare to sleep out as part of St Basils BigSleepOut, whether in a tent or homemade shelter, indoors or outdoors, take a moment to look up at the night sky. Over the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to talk about the highlights to look for. So hopefully you're now all wrapped up, and let's go outside. Look up. What do you see? Probably cloud. It is Birmingham. Britain only has around 40 to 50 totally clear skies a year. However, this is the advantage of having a planetarium. And using our Digistar 6 system, I can show you what to look out for the next week or so. First, let's work out which way we're looking. Take a note of where the sun set. If you stand such that the sunset is to your left, you're facing roughly north. And we can actually use the stars to do this. Look for 7 stars that look like a frying pan. This is the asterism, the plough. Although it has many different names, in North America, the Big Dipper, Northern Africa, the camel, and in Wales, possibly the most suitable, the saucepan. Now take the 2 end stars of the pan, known as pointer stars. Draw a line through them, and the first bright star you come to is the North Star, also called Polaris. Sailors and navigators have been using these for hundreds of years to journey round the Northern Hemisphere. Once you found the star, draw a line straight down to the horizon and you found north. The sky at the moment is how it will look like in a city 2 hours after sunset with only about 300 stars visible. Under an ideal dark sky where there's no light pollution, you can see up to 2,500, and some of these star patterns actually start to make sense. The North Star is the tip of the tail of the Little Bear. The plough is part of the Great Bear. And yes, you do have to have some imagination to seize these pictures. Turn round and we'll face south. Over to your right, you might be able to see Jupiter and Saturn. The brighter of the two is Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system. Slightly dimmer object to the left of Jupiter is Saturn, most famous for its rings. Dominating the sky this month, however, is the planet Mars, the red planet over to the left. This is a very good time to see Mars, as it reached its closest point to the Earth last month. In fact, the closest it will be until 2035. We'll visit Mars later on. Above Mars, you may be able to see 4 stars that make up a square. This is the Great Square of Pegasus. the upside down flying horse. To the top left of Pegasus, we have Andromeda, the daughter of Cassiopeia, the Queen of Ethiopia. You may even be able to see a fuzzball, the technical term, which is the furthest object you can see with the unaided eye, the Andromeda Galaxy. So far away, it takes over 2.5 million years for the light to reach us. Let's move over to the east, where we can start to see some of the winter constellations. We must not forget the moon. I personally think the moon is often overlooked, possibly because it can be seen so much. The moon over the centuries has inspired many an artist, poet and scientist. The most famous region of the moon is the Sea of Tranquility, where Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first people to set foot on the moon back in 1969. NASA is looking forward to sending people there again as early as 2024 with their Artemis program, to which the European Space Agency is also contributing. To the left of the moon, look for a sideways V-shaped stars. This is the head of Taurus the Bull. It's actually made up of a star cluster called the Hyades. Further up on Taurus's back are the Seven Sisters, or Pleiades. With the unaided eye, you should be able to see up to 7 stars in a very dark sky, possibly 4 in a city. But use binoculars and you'll be able to see up to 50, and with a small telescope, nearly 200. If you're outside for any length of time, you'll notice that as time goes by, positions of the stars move. So let's speed up time and see what's visible later in the evening. We start to see Orion, the great hunter famous for the 3 stars that make up his belt, just appearing above the horizon now. Just below his belt is the Orion Nebula, cloud of gas where new stars are formed. Over to Orion's right, we have Gemini the twins, Castor and Pollux, and the brightest star in the night sky, Sirius. It's not a particularly bright star, but it is very close, only 8 light years away. Past couple of months have been excellent for seeing Mars in the sky, so I wish to give you a closer look at the red planet. This is a planet that inspired a lot of science fiction, and there are several spacecraft on the way, for example NASA's Perseverance, due to arrive in February 2021, and the European ExoMars due to be launched in 2022. The spacecraft Curiosity has been exploring Mars for the past 8 years, and revolutionised our understanding of Mars. This is a planet that once had water in large quantities, 2 moons. Deimos was discovered by American astronomer Asaph Hall in the summer of 1877 and named after the Greek god of terror and fear. Phobos, the god of panic, was discovered 6 days later. Maybe one day, humans will set foot on the 4th rock from our sun and be able to explore it, seeing the majesty of the canyons, volcanoes, and valleys such as Valles Marineris, a 3,000-mile long, 1.8-mile deep canyon in all its glory.
Hiya, I'm Vanessa from the St Basils Outreach team. We're a team of 8 members of staff made up from organisations such as ourselves, St Basils and Aquarius. We go out daily to the streets of the city centre and the surrounding areas looking for young people that could possibly be bedded down. Our service has been running since October 2018, and during that time we've been able to accommodate 50 young people that were sleeping rough on our streets in Birmingham. We go out daily. We attempt to engage with any young people that may be bedded down or those that could possibly be at risk of rough sleeping. So we engage with young people that maybe do not have access to public funds, for example. They may not know of services that are available to them that could support them. So we would intend to engage with them and navigate them into the right services.
Welcome back to St Basils Big Sleep Out from home, and a huge thank you to Colin who did the stargazing there for us, which was wonderful. Thank you so much for them in the team at Thinktank. Wonderful. And a huge thank you again to the West Midlands Fire Service for their rendition of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Sian, beautiful.
I think we've got a few other big shout outs though that we need to consider.
Oh, no, before we do that, I think what's more important is I would like to know your favourite Christmas carol.
It's got to be Fairy Tale New York.
Fairy Tale New York.
Fancy putting me on the spot.
All right, Fairy Tale New York. Right, okay, slightly controversial choice these days, but we'll go with it. How about if we get, I don't know, 100 likes on our St Basils charity Twitter post? You sing that in full tonight.
Sing.
Yes.
I tell you what, I'll do you a better deal than that. I'm rubbish at singing, right? So I'll do you a deal. If we get 100 likes, then I'll dance to it if you sing to it. How about that?
I'm a terrible singer.
Oh, well.
You're a terrible dancer.
Well, good match made in heaven.
All righty.
100 likes. Make sure you do it now.
We'll post something on Twitter and you can like that. If we get more than one, I'll be quite surprised.
And while we're on Twitter,
while
we're on Twitter, I've just had a look, Barry.
Yep.
And oh my gosh, we have got people that are all over the world joining us tonight, and one of them who is Emily Cox. Emily, thank you so much. You wrote tonight, I'll be sleeping outside in the freezing Welsh mountains to raise money for St Basil's charity.
That's impressive.
That is impressive.
Welsh, we did a walk in the Welsh mountains. It was the Black Mountains, Steve.
Yeah, Black Mountains.
I remember it.
Stunning. And I think, you know, it was an incredible walk. And I remember it was one of the walks that my wife and her family did. And it was so tough, she didn't talk to me for 3 months after it. It was bliss. Sorry, Kerry and Kerry's family. My little daughter, Joni, 11 weeks old today as well, my little daughter.
Congratulations.
This is the most quiet I've had in 11 weeks. But yeah, I'm just mentioning that because our walk will return next year, so please keep an eye out for all the events. You know, we're doing a lot of virtual stuff just now, but the main events will be coming back next year. Can't wait. More shout-outs.
More shout-outs. So thanks to our partners, charity partners, Dapper Interiors, and all your team that are joining us. And thank you so much for the pledges that you've made for Christmas to our young people. Absolutely astonishing support. And we couldn't not also shout out to Professor Paul Cadman for his amazing support. Well done, Paul, for getting us those celebrities in for our life skills graduation. Really appreciate that.
I'd love to be a professor.
Would you?
Yes.
In what?
Of what? No idea. Not anything. If anybody wants to make me a professor, I'd love that. Sorry, I quite
like the idea of the title, but I don't know if I'd like the hard work that goes into having to gain it.
Oh, what? No, don't want much. No, it's a title, please. Thank you, Professor Paul. Thank you.
So thank you guys, and I think you've got a very special thank you for somebody who's been coming to our
Zane is someone who's been a big St Basil's supporter for a number of years now, and I think tonight will be his 21st St Basil's SleepOut. 21. And the thing I love about Zane is what he does when he makes his cardboard contraptions, you know, wherever we're doing it. If we're doing it in a car park here or in the Cathedral, he makes these wonderful signs, and they're really funny and really witty, and far more intelligent than anything, well, I could come up with, or Sian for that fact, sorry. But, you know, I know I'm just one of those. But yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much, Zane, for taking part tonight again. It really is appreciated.
Thank you.
Cool. So yeah, right now we're going to show a film from the Flat Pack Film Festival, aren't we, Steve? Yep. That was Steve's attempt at cheering. But you know, I wish I could do it better justice than that. But Flat Pack, you know, I'm sure you all know who they are. They are an absolutely incredible, you know, group of people who put wonderful festivals together. We just want to say the best festival, apparently not just in the UK but in Europe. Doesn't say the world, but I think it probably would be the world, wouldn't it, Steve? Is that fair to say? Yeah. Not just Europe, the world. But thank you to Sam Groves, Ian Francis, and all at Flat Pack who, you know, they've made this possible, allowed us to use this tonight. So we hope you enjoyed this film, and we'll check in again soon. So keep watching.
Hi, my name's Sam Groves. I'm the programmer for Flat Pack. Hope you're all having a great night and you're comfortable wherever you're sleeping, and if you're outside it's not raining. We picked out some short films to give you a bit of entertainment this evening. Hope you enjoy them. They're from our colour box program, which is for families, but it's fun for everyone, whatever age you are. So sit back, enjoy, and have a great night. Cheers.
Welcome back to the big Birmingham Sleep Out from Home. We are St Basils. I'm Barry.
I'm Sian.
Yeah, and thank you again for tuning in. If you're watching this and you're not taking part, you'll probably see on the screen there's ways in which you can follow us on social media, on our Facebook, on our Twitter, on our Instagram page, ways in which you can donate as well. And I just want to say thank you to Tom and Dan who have just donated to us, which is really, really kind. So thank you so much. Big thank you to Flatpack who have shown us the video there. Wonderful video, absolutely fantastic. I mean, the thing about tonight's event that I'm really, really enjoying, apart from being out in the freezing cold, Sian, it really is, yeah. Okay, yep. But the thing I'm really enjoying about it is that we are celebrating the best of this wonderful home, West Midlands. We've got Flatpack, we've got Thinktank involved, we've got the Moseley Folk Festival coming up later on. Yeah. I mean, all these fantastic things that, that are really great to me. Obviously, you can tell from my accent, not originally from here, but I have married a Brummie, so I'm kind of stuck with it. Yeah, I know. None of the people back in my homeland would have me. So, proud to be here. And it's really wonderful just having this chance to celebrate everything that's going on, and also do this event for a charity, which, obviously we are very biased, but it's very close to our hearts. And, sadly, it's work that we need to do, because, the reality is that the reason why people end up homeless will always exist. And regardless of a global pandemic, we will be here, and we'll be here to support them as best we can during those tough times. But tonight is also about keeping you entertained, and there is a load of stuff coming up in the next hour, isn't there, Sian?
There is. We've got, you're going to be calling the Bishop of Birmingham.
Yes, I am going to be calling him, yes. I'm going to say hello, and we're going to have a lovely chat.
Yes, and we'll be hearing from the band again. They'll be coming up soon.
The West Midlands Fire Service Band, yep.
That's the one. And also, the much anticipated celebrity quiz is coming up. So if you're a quiz fan, you're going to love this.
How anticipated is it, Sian?
Well, apparently Steve said it's very anticipated.
Yeah, celebrity quiz. I wonder who this celebrity is.
Okay.
I know, I'm asking genuinely.
Is it about celebrities? Or is it a surprise celebrity coming?
I did say to Steve if it was possible that he didn't tell me who was featured, because I'm very competitive.
All right.
And I'd like to take part. No, I never. So I don't know the question, so I've got no idea who the celebrities are, but I have been informed there are 4 celebrities, Steve. Wow. I hope we didn't pay for them, mate. We are a charity.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a donation.
Oh, that's very, very kind of them. So thank you very much to those celebrities.
Thank you.
I dread to think.
We've also got a chance to do a bit more puppet show antics.
Hopefully you'll learn something this time.
Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I won't.
Yeah.
I'm pretty fast at learning, and I've learned pretty well off you.
From me? You've learned nothing from me, mate.
Well, that's
says a lot about the teacher. Yeah, I've learned nothing from me. Please, don't listen to what I say. Anyway, what else have we got? I believe we've got the Dig with Derby coming up as well.
We've got a sneak preview of that. If you guys haven't seen it yet, you really need to have a look at TikTok and check out our Dig with Derby. It's quite we're worldwide. Everybody's watching us. We've got messages coming in from America. So yeah, please stay tuned for that one. You'll have a little peek this hour, but you need to follow us on TikTok.
Yeah, I do find it bizarre. I mean, obviously we're not really telling you what the Dig with Derby is. There's a reason for that. It's intriguing, isn't it? You want to find out what this is. But the Dig with Derby, the reason why it's called the Dig with Derby is that St Basils is essentially based in Digwith. We have accommodation projects throughout the whole of West Midlands, but our home is in Digwith. And Steve, again, our events manager, decided he would run this event called the Dig with Derby, and we thought maybe 3 or 4 people would see it.
Yeah.
No, hundreds of thousands of people have seen it. And
1.5 million.
Sorry, 1.5 million people
well
have seen
done,
this.
Steve.
All Steve's families. He's a very, very big family, Steve. But yeah, that's coming up in this so stay tuned. Don't go to TikTok yet. Stay watching this.
Yeah.
And what else have we got then?
So we've got actually we've got a film coming up, a video clip. So it's Who Are We?
Yeah, learn about us.
It's not about us.
St Basils is an organisation that works with young people aged 16 to 25 who are homeless or at risk of homelessness. We are a registered housing association and we're also a charity. And we work predominantly in the West Midlands. Our heartland is in Birmingham, but we work in many other areas of the West Midlands. So young people, when they are at risk of homelessness, they will tend to try to sort everything out themselves first through their families or their friends. They may stay on friends' sofas for a bit. They will try to resolve the situation themselves until they no longer can. And then they need somewhere that's easy, straightforward and safe to go to. So what we try to do at St Basils is, in all of the areas that we work in, we try to make sure that access to our assistance is really straightforward. So that can be by text if anyone's got access to phones. But in the areas of Birmingham and Solihull, we have youth hubs, and they are the single point of access for any 16 to 25-year-old who is worried about their housing or is at risk of homelessness. They only have to go to that one place, and then just us, but others will wrap around them and help take them.
Big Birmingham SleepOut from home with St Basils. I'm Barry, and we're joined by the Bishop of Birmingham, David Urquhart. I believe he's just turned his camera off. He's turned it back on. Bishop, can you hear us?
Hang on.
Oh, he's turning his camera around.
Okay, I'm just going to make this louder. Sorry about the film. Okay,
no problem at all, Bishop. Good to see you. How are you?
Try and make. Right, we're on.
Oh, we're on. Bishop, you're live. How are you?
Very well indeed. Thanks very much. How are you, Barry?
Very well. So it's always a pleasure to hear your voice, because it's great to hear a familiar accent.
I know. Well, the thing is, I'm really missing Inverness like anything just now. You know.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to get up there, but I'm not sure. Not for the next few weeks, probably. Anyway. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair point. I mean, I have to say, it's probably about as cold as it normally is in Inverness just now.
I know. Anyway,
whereabouts are you, if you don't mind me asking?
What's that?
Whereabouts are you outside at the moment?
I'm outside in Harborne here, yeah. I can't show you. It's got a bit of cardboard and a bit of a fire going.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
Oh, well, I mean, the thing is, you've been a massive supporter of our SleepOut for a number of years now. So how many times have you done the SleepOut in the past? Can you remember?
Well, I've lived in Birmingham now nearly 16 years, so I don't know how long the SleepOut's been going. I mean, way back when we were down in Digbeth, you know. And, my favourite way of doing it was putting my head on the pavement and my body in the street, because you can then get a good pillow, you know.
Yeah,
a bit more luxurious now with proper cardboard and I don't know what else.
Yeah. Well, it's fantastic you're doing it again for us. We really, really appreciate it. So, you know, in terms of kind of, any messages you have for people who have maybe never done the SleepOut before, and the reasons why you do it. I mean, why is the SleepOut so important, do you think?
Well, the SleepOut in many ways, of course, is just symbolic, because we've got most of us have got homes to go to, beds to sleep in. We've got money in our pockets. Some of us even got jobs. We've got food, and we've got a future that we can see something of, even in the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah.
But St Basils, as the leading youth homeless initiative in the country, is not just about supporting it one night a year, but getting that giving and that interest going right the way through the year. And of course, St Basils also is not just a sort of hit and run approach. It's actually profoundly visionary. And the tagline designing out homelessness, or what we used to say in a more simple way, end youth homelessness, is what makes me passionate about the St Basils approach. Open access, but then housing, training, looking for jobs, and actually for a whole life hopefulness. And anyone who's sleeping out tonight, I hope is also raising loads of money. The current campaign under pandemic, we've obviously find charitable giving is down a bit. The idea even of just what £5 can do, of course, is absolutely fabulous. But I'm hoping that we will continue in the region to get behind the vision that is going to design out youth homelessness over the next few years. And we don't give up on that, even with the economy difficult now and the other anxieties we've got.
Yeah. Well, Bishop, thank you so much, and you've summed it up perfectly with the reason why many people will be doing this event tonight. You know, and I hope you do manage to get some rest, even though it's incredibly cold. But it will remind you of your homeland, I'm sure.
Yeah, actually, it's quite a mild evening for a Highlander, you know. And Barry, thanks for all you do, and Jean and the whole team, and all the young people who are leading the way in showing us how to live in the 21st century. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bishop. Take care.
I'm praying for you tonight. Usually I get a chance to say a prayer, you know, in the cathedral, and I look forward to it. So just for everyone, God bless you. Look at the Christmas hope that's coming up of a vulnerable baby, Jesus, coming amongst us, unmarried mother. God understands what we're doing and is leading us on in ways that we can't imagine for a better future. So God bless everyone, and have a good night.
Thank you for your kind words, Bishop. Take care. Thank you again to the Bishop of Birmingham, David Urquhart, for joining us earlier on there, which was really appreciated. So coming up now, we have our third carol from the band of the West Midlands Fire Service, "O Come All Ye Faithful." Now that's a classic.
It is.
Yeah, better than that stuff you suggested earlier on.
Much better.
No.
My apologies.
Yes, thank you. And we've also got the quiz, the much anticipated celebrity quiz. Let's see if you can spot the celebrities. See, this is, and also the Digwood Derby track view, all coming up now.
I guess if I was to try and sum up what we're trying to do at St Basils, I'd want you to imagine the image of a table. And usually when you look at a table, it has 4 legs. So what do those 4 legs represent? For us, the tabletop would represent homelessness. And the 4 table legs would represent the 4 things that are holding that table up in order to prevent that from happening. So one of them would be your physical and mental health. The other one would be your ability to make money, so your job or your education. The other one would be your support networks, your sort of families and relationships. And the 4th one would be a roof over your head. And all it takes is for one of those things to go wrong and the table becomes unsteady. It might still stand, but the reality is that if one of those table legs was to go, then it'd become very, very difficult for the table to remain standing. So let's just say that you lost your job. You might have a very good support network. You might have a really good family network and support network, and you might have that roof over your head. And as long as those things remain steady and there's a depth to those things that you have, then you should be okay. But think about it, if you've ever been in that situation where you've lost a job and the pressure that puts on your family life and your relationships, the impact that can have on your physical and mental health, then you can see where the cracks begin to appear. So if I was to sum up St Basils in just one image to you, all we are trying to do is just keep the table steady.
Okay folks, it's time for the Big Sleep Out Big Quiz. So get your pens and papers ready, put your thinking caps on, and here we go.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for taking part in the St Basils Big Sleep Out 2020. Here are your questions for the history round. Question number 1. What did the Romans call Scotland? Question 2. Who was made Lord Mayor of London in 1397, 1398, 1406 and 1419? Question number 3. Who was Henry VIII's last wife? Last wife, mind. Question number 4. Who was the youngest British Prime Minister? Question number 5. In which year was Joan of Arc burned at the stake? Burned at the stake, mind. Question number 6. Which nationality was the polar explorer Roald Amundsen? Question number 7. Who was the first female Prime Minister of Australia? Female, mind. Question number 8. Which English explorer was executed in 1618, 15 years after being found guilty of conspiracy against King James I of England and King James VI of Scotland? Question number 9. Which English city was once known as Girolo Ponte? Is that how it's pronounced? I don't know. And your final question is number 10. The first successful vaccine was introduced by Edward Jenner in 1796. Which disease did it guard against?
Hello everyone, and thank you for taking part in the St Basils Big Sleepout 2020. Here are your questions for the music round. Number 1. One Direction is known for being the runners-up in the X Factor in 2010, but who came first? Number 2. Which singer has the most UK #1 singles ever? Number 3. What was Britney Spears' first single called? Number 4. Who is the only singer to have ever performed more than one James Bond theme song? Number 5. Who were the 3 headliners of Glastonbury 2019? Number 6. Who is the only musician ever to have been awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature? Number 7. Which Beatles song was banned from the BBC for its lyrics? Number 8. Who was the first female artist to achieve a UK #1 with a self-written song? Number 9. What is the real name of U2's guitarist known as The Edge? Number 10. What is David Bowie's real name?
Hello everyone, and thank you for taking part in the St Basils Big Sleepout 2020. Here are your questions for the food and drink round. Good luck everyone. Question number 1. Which nuts are used in marzipan? Question number 2. What is the most famous Mexican beer? Question number 3. Which country is the origin of the cocktail mojito? Question number 4. What is Japanese sake made from? Question number 5. Which vitamin is the only one that you will not find in an egg? Question number 6. What is the chemical formula for table salt? Okay, we are now question number 7. So, what does IPA stand for? Question number 8. Which meat is used in Glamorgan sausages? Question number 9. What ingredient is included in food in a Florentine style? Question number 10. Which fish is the main ingredient of Scotch woodcock?
Hello everyone, and thank you for taking part in St Basils Big Sleepout 2020. Here are your questions for the film and TV round. Number 1. What is the capital of Westeros in Game of Thrones? Number 2. Who presented TV quiz Blockbusters between 1983 and 1995? Question 3. In Netflix's Tiger King, what is the name of Carol Baskin's second husband who many believe she fed to the tigers? Question 4. In Emmerdale, on the New Year's Day in 2004, who died when the Woolpacks pub's chimney came crashing down in a storm? Question 5. Who has won the most Oscars for acting? 6. Who played Queen Elizabeth II in the first 2 seasons of The Crown? Number 7. BBC 3 series Normal People is based on a book, but who is the author? Question 8. The 6 main stars of Friends appeared in all 236 episodes. Who is the most regular character to appear in the show? Number 9. Who does the voiceover on Love Island? And question number 10. In what year was the first episode of Coronation Street broadcast on TV?
The answers to all those questions will be given to you in about an hour's time in the next section. See you then.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to a special edition of the Dignith Derby that we are holding during the St Basils Big Sleepout 2020, because we can't do the real one because of COVID-19. So, I'm going to explain a bit about the course, and then later on you will see the actual race, floodlit at night. So, this is the starting paddock. This is where the 9 runners start. The starter flicks this and off the balls go. And they come down here, and our first obstacle is whatever we decide to put on the course that day. This day it's dinosaurs! And they carry on, they come to the first jump. There's the jump there. And they go into the diamonds and get scattered about. Come out the diamonds. Another jump. And then they come into the split course. Some take the high road, some take the low road. But they all get to Scotland before me. And another jump. Then they come into what we call the Teddy Bear's Picnic. There's Basil. Hello, Basil, say hello. Dancing around his chairs, and they carry on. And then they come to another jump. And then we come into what we call COVID curve. They batter their way through there. And then, final jump, it's the home stretch. But it's not over yet, because they have the infamous mosh pit to deal with. And they fight and they scrap. And then the winners cross the finish line and end up there. So that is the Digworth Derby course. From finish to start, and from start to finish. See you at the race.
Welcome back to St Basils BigSleepOut from home. And yeah, I mean, I have to say, and there's a couple of things I need to mention about the quiz, Steve. The celebrities. Yeah, so how did you manage to convince all of them to do it? In fact, Steve, come round and join us socially distance if that's all right. You know, because obviously the reason why we're doing it like this is because of the small matter of a global pandemic. But Steve, how did you manage to convince Michael Caine to voice some of the questions for the quiz?
I made him an offer he could not refuse.
I think that answers everything you need to know about who voiced the celebrities for the quiz.
I've got to say, Sean Connolly did the voice of that, the well-known voiceover artist Sean Connolly.
Oh, not Sean Connery.
No, he's dead.
Yes, I'd heard about that sad news, yes. And also, yes, thank you again for the Digworth Derby track view, which I believe is coming up later on, yes?
That's right, yeah.
As well, superb. So, it's a couple of shout-outs we're going to do, Sian, isn't it?
We have. Yeah. So we want to say thank you to Laura Howell for joining us tonight, Amanda Wilson, our very own Luke is joining us tonight, and Dominica Kelly and Dean Sean Foy. Thank you ever so much. There's a couple of companies I'd want to mention as well that are supporting us tonight. A few of your teams with us from Barclays, and there's a couple of companies that are outside of Birmingham. Thank you for those as well that are supporting us. So cheers for coming along.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I have to say, I mean, I asked Steve what the temperature was, and he said it was 4 degrees. I do not believe for 1 second it's 4 degrees. Now, I'm from Glasgow, and I think this is cold. I am now wearing the hood, so I'm guessing over the next hour and a bit, we're still with you. I'm progressively going to be putting on more layers. You know, so
it's colder.
Yes, it really is.
Well, I'm a little bit more hardcore than you, Barry, so I'll lend you my coat if you really need to.
You're a Wednesbury character, aren't you?
Yes, I'm a Wednesbury character.
Yeah. Even Glaswegians are terrified of people from Wednesbury.
And so you should be. We've got a few more things coming up. If you did miss that amazing quiz, our celebrity quiz, you're going to have a rerun of that. You'll be able to have a look.
I can't wait.
I know, it's pretty impressive. I was impressed by Carly, I've got to admit.
Oh, yes, yeah. Hopefully we'll get our money's worth, these celebrities that we paid to do this.
We also, if you've missed it and you didn't get to see it the first time round, our puppeteer, we're going to run through that again. You'll have another chance to see that we drew. So, yeah, stay along.
Fantastic. Stay with us.
Hello, everyone. My name is Drew Colby, and I'm a shadowgrapher. Does anyone know what that means? Anyone? I'll tell you. A shadowgrapher is someone who performs hand shadow shows. Now I'm going to perform a little show for you, but I'm also going to show you how you can help. But first, we have to warm up. So everybody go like this. Stretch those fingers nice and far, and everybody go like this. And everybody go like this. And now we are ready. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. And you've made a wolf. Arroo! Now to make the shadows, you're going to need a light of some kind. Now you can use a torch, or you can use a mobile phone light. Ooh. And now it's time to start the show. Hello. Old Mr. Shadow, he follows your star. He's always with you, wherever you are. Moo. Moo, 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 moo. Moo, 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 moo. Moo, 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 moo. Ah. Nanum, 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 nanum. Ba 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 ba. Huh? Da 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 da. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. And you've made a horse. Old Mr. Shadow, he follows your star. Ding 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 ling ding 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 ding. Doi 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 doi. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. And you've made a bird. Oh. Oh. Ah. Oh. Doom, 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 ding, 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 doom, 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 ding, 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 doom, 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 ding, 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 doom, 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 boom, 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 boom. Oh, 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 oh. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Old Mr. Shadow, when evening falls, he makes funny pictures appear on the walls. And when you're sleeping, and the stars come shining through, meow, shh, meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Shh. Ah, the world's only barking giraffe. Ta-da! Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. And you've made a rooster. Old Mr. Shadow, when evening falls, he makes funny pictures appear on the walls. And when you're sleeping, oh, the rabbit is in his hole. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Ooh, 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 ooh. La 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 la. La 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 la. La, wait. La 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 la. La, wait. La 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 la. Hey. La 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 la. Yep, up, up. La 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 Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. And you've made an elephant. Hello. Ah. Huh? Oh. Oh. Hey! Old Mr. Shadow, when evening falls, he makes funny pictures appear on the walls. And when you're sleeping and the stars come shining through, Mr. Shadow will watch over you. And that's the end of the show. Now, can you remember all the shadows you learned? Let's have a quick recap. Everybody go like this. Everybody go like this. Everybody go like this. And you've made a wolf. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. And you've made a horse. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. And you've made A bird. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. And you've made a rooster. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. Now everybody go like this. And you've made an elephant. An elegant elephant. Now those are only the beginnings of hand shadows. If you'd like to learn more, I've got a YouTube channel which has got over 120 videos teaching you how to make everything that I've shown you here, and lots of other animals. So do have a look. The details will be connected to this video. And have a safe, warm, comfortable night. And remember, old Mr. Shadow, when evening falls, he makes funny pictures appear on the walls. And when you're sleeping and the stars come shining through, Mr. Shadow will watch over you. Good night, everyone.
I'm Tamsin, St Basils Youth Voice Project Manager. So Youth Voice is a brilliant project that is managed by St Basils. It's a national project that works with young people that are 16 to 25, and we work with young people from across England. Youth Voice is about getting young people to talk about their lived experiences to make change happen. The way we do that is we train young people get accreditations, they get to speak to MPs, they get to speak to organisations to make change about their lives. Youth Homeless Parliament is managed and facilitated by St Basils Youth Voice team. It's a partnership with organisations across the country that work with young people that are homeless. The aim of Youth Homeless Parliament is allowing young people to contribute to national consultation to make change happen to the lives of young people that are homeless across England. So it's the highest form of engagement, and it is a really huge platform for young people to get their voices heard.
Okay folks, it's time for the Big Sleep Out Big Quiz. So get your pens and papers ready, put your thinking caps on, and here we go.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for taking part in the St Basils Big Sleepout 2020. Here are your questions for the history round. Question number 1. What did the Romans call Scotland? Question 2. Who was made Lord Mayor of London in 1397, 1398, 1406 and 1419? Question number 3. Who was Henry VIII's last wife? Last wife, mind. Question number 4. Who was the youngest British Prime Minister? Question number 5. In which year was Joan of Arc burned at the stake? Burned at the stake, mind. Question number 6. Which nationality was the polar explorer Roald Amundsen? Question number 7. Who was the first female Prime Minister of Australia? Female, mind. Question number 8. Which English explorer was executed in 1618, 15 years after being found guilty of conspiracy against King James I of England and King James VI of Scotland? Question number 9. Which English city was once known as Girolo Ponte? Is that how it's pronounced? I don't know. And your final question is number 10. The first successful vaccine was introduced by Edward Jenner in 1796. Which disease did it guard against?
Hello everyone, and thank you for taking part in the St Basils Big Sleepout 2020. Here are your questions for the music round. Number 1. One Direction is known for being the runners-up in the X Factor in 2010, but who came first? Number 2. Which singer has the most UK number 1 singles ever? Number 3. What was Britney Spears' first single called? Number 4. Who is the only singer to have ever performed more than one James Bond theme song? Number 5. Who were the 3 headliners of Glastonbury 2019? Number 6. Who is the only musician ever to have been awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature? Number 7. Which Beatles song was banned from the BBC for its lyrics? Number 8. Who was the first female artist to achieve a UK number 1 with a self-written song? Number 9. What is the real name of U2's guitarist known as The Edge? Number 10. What is David Bowie's real name?
Hello everyone, and thank you for taking part in the St Basils Big Sleepout 2020. Here are your questions for the food and drink round. Good luck everyone. Question number 1. Which nuts are used in marzipan? Question number 2. What is the most famous Mexican beer? Question number 3. Which country is the origin of the cocktail mojito? Question number 4. What is Japanese sake made from? Question number 5. Which vitamin is the only one that you will not find in an egg? Question number 6. What is the chemical formula for table salt? Okay, we are now question number 7. So, what does IPA stand for? Question number 8. Which meat is used in Glamorgan sausages? Question number 9. What ingredient is included in food in a Florentine style? Question number 10. Which fish is the main ingredient of Scotch woodcock?
Hello everyone, and thank you for taking part in St Basils Big Sleepout 2020. Here are your questions for the film and TV round. Number 1. What is the capital of Westeros in Game of Thrones? Number 2. Who presented TV quiz blockbusters between 1983 and 1995? Question 3. In Netflix's Tiger King, what is the name of Carol Baskin's second husband who many believe she fed to the tigers? Question 4. In Emmerdale, on the New Year's Day in 2004, who died when the Woolpacks pub's chimney came crashing down in a storm? Question 5. Who has won the most Oscars for acting? 6. Who played Queen Elizabeth II in the first 2 seasons of The Crown? Number 7. BBC 3 series Normal People is based on a book, but who is the author? Question 8. The 6 main stars of Friends appeared in all 236 episodes. Who is the most regular character to appear in the show? Number 9. Who does the voiceover on Love Island? And question number 10. In what year was the first episode of Coronation Street broadcast on TV?
The answers to all those questions will be given to you in about an hour's time in the next section. See you then.
And we're back. Thank you again for tuning in tonight. And yeah, that was the final round of the quiz. We repeated the questions for you just in case you missed it earlier on, because we wanted you to see the wonderful celebrities that we'd lined up for tonight's quiz. So hopefully you've got the answers. I hope none of you Googled the answers, because that's cheating and that's breaking the spirit of these things, and we would never do that, Sian, would we?
We would definitely never do that.
Absolutely not. But the answers are coming up in the next half hour or so. But I believe you want to do some more shout-outs just now?
Yeah, a couple. Guy Elsmore, thank you very much for your donation. Thank you to the team from Midland Metro Alliance, our charity leader partners, and your employees that have joined us tonight. Thank you ever so much, and not just for turning up and for supporting us, but for also for the transport infrastructure that you're putting in to our regions and making things easier for us, our young people, to get to work in the first place. So I also wanted to do a few shout-outs to a couple of people that have joined us tonight. I'm looking for the list.
Have you got a list there, Sian?
I have got a list.
Yeah.
I have got a list. George Matthew, Alison Hills, Sue Robertson, Jamie Record. Thank you so much for taking part. And Blair. Is that Kelsey?
Blair Kessler.
Oh,
yeah.
Adler.
Oh, well, Blair. Yeah, Blair. Blair is an absolute St Basils legend. You know, he probably won't forgive me for saying that because it makes him sound old. He's not old. He's a lovely man, and he's a massive supporter. He was the previous incumbent of my role for many, many years, and I had to wrestle it from him because I was so desperate to do this job. So thank you, Blair, for finally giving it up and me and I could do it. But yeah, I mean, we wanted to talk a little bit more about the fact that all these wonderful people are doing this. They're raising money for our cause tonight, you know, and that money is going to go towards providing the vital services that St Basils does. You know, a big part of our work is about employability, it's about life skills, but it costs St Basils £5 per young person living with us every single night. To give you an idea of that, St Basils accommodates over 500 young people every single night across the West Midlands. We have 42 supported accommodation projects. So that gives you an idea of the scale of the work that we do. So every penny that is raised, whether it be, you know, if you're doing this tonight, you've raised £5, that's brilliant. If you've raised £500, that's brilliant. Every penny that you raise is going to make such a massive difference.
Huge difference. And we have got a video coming up that we want to share with you that our employability team have put together, so you can have an insight to actually how what your donations and your support means to us and our young people.
Yeah, that's coming up a wee bit later on. But coming up just now, we have the Moseley Folk Festival, who's going to be playing 4 songs, Boats to Row.
That's the band.
Is the name of the band, which is a fantastic name, Boats to Row. I mean, you would row a boat, wouldn't you?
What else is
that you would, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it does exactly what it says in the tin, that band. I hope they're rowing a boat when they're playing the song. I'm just going off.
Amazing.
I'm going off on a train of thought just now, which is of no use to anybody. Quiz answers coming up, as I say, and a final carol from the West Midlands Fire Service, the band. Brilliant. And the Digbeth Derby.
Yeah, what we've all been waiting for.
Oh, the whole night has been about this Digbeth Derby. Woo! Can't wait for that. So, yep, stay tuned. It's all coming up now.
Welcome to our set for Moseley Folk Festival, this digital online festival, which is really strange and really cool at the same time. We're Boat to Row, and we're going to play 4 songs for you, which are all off our album Rivers That Flow in Circle.
sunshine found. My luck changed. I had never heard your symphony sweet, a swell of strings washed over me. So much can be said for the easy path, the toughest road, a master step love to everyone and wish for better days. It's easy to get down when there's no one else around, when there's no one else to tell you that you're doing pretty good. And you're alone now, on your own. Your friends forget to ask, tell you of their days, talk around their problems like you've got nothing to say. And you can't help wonder why, but to help the card you have, is it fair to just accept the facts or seek the promised land on your own now?
Welcome back, folks. Now here are the answers to the questions. Get ready, get your pens and papers ready. Let's see how clever you were.
And here are the answers for the history round. Number 1. What did the Romans call Scotland? The answer is Caledonia. Number 2. Who was made Lord Mayor of London in 1397, 1398, 1406 and 1419? It was Richard Dick Whittington. Question number 3 was, who was Henry VIII's last wife? The answer is Catherine Parr. Question number 4 was, who was the youngest British Prime Minister? The answer was William Pitt the Younger. Question number 5 was, in which year was Joan of Arc burnt at the stake? The answer is 1431. Question number 6. Which nationality was the polar explorer Roald Amundsen? He was, of course, Norwegian. question number 7 was who was the first female Prime Minister of Australia? The answer is Julia Gillard from 2010 to 2013. Question number 8 was, which English explorer was executed in 1618, 15 years after being found guilty of a conspiracy against King James I of England and King James VI of Scotland? The answer was Sir Walter Raleigh. Question number 9. Which English city was once known as Durlo Ponte? The answer is Cambridge. And a final question, number 10. The first successful vaccine was introduced by Edward Jenner in 1796. Which disease did it guard against? And the answer, of course, was smallpox. Thanks for playing. It's been emotional.
And here are the answers for the music round. Number 1, Matt Cardle. Number 2, Elvis Presley. Number 3, Baby One More Time. Number 4, Shirley Bassey. Number 5, The Cure, The Killers and Stormzy. Number 6, Bob Dylan. Number 7, I Am the Walrus. Number 8, Kate Bush. Number 9, David Evans. And number 10, David Jones.
Okay, so here are the answers to the food and drink round. Answer number 1 is almonds. Answer number 2 is Corona. Answer number 3 is Cuba. Number 4 is rice. Answer number 5 is vitamin C. Answer number 6 is NaC1. Answer number 7 is Indian Pale Ale. Answer number 8, none. They are made from cheese. Answer number 9 is spinach. And answer number 10 is anchovy. I hope you all did okay, and good luck on the rest of the sleep out.
And here are the answers for film and TV round. Number 1 was King's Landing. Number 2, Bob Holness. Number 3, Don Lewis. 4, Trisha Dingle. 5, Catherine Hepburn. She won 4. Number 6, Claire Foy. 7, Sally Rooney. Number 8, Gunther with 151 episodes. Number 9, Lane Sterling. And the final question, number 10, was 1960.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the special Digbeth Derby part of the St Basils Big Sleepout 2020. Your runners are, as usual, light blue, dark blue, red, orange, white, yellow, green, black and grey. It's floodlit, it's exciting, it's off, and it's red in the front, followed by orange, then black and green. They're battering through the diamonds. It's hard to see what's going on, but we can see the silhouettes as it's floodlit. Very, very special. The orange is on the bottom path, he's followed by grey, and the top path is red. Orange is still holding on to the lead. It's followed by black. They're coming to the best pit, and he's faltered them. It's still orange coming through, but red's trying to get on. He's got his COVID cord. They're coming up to the mosh pit. He's going to get in the end. It's very, very exciting. It's going to be... Oh! Did you see him stealing at the end? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, what a race, and the winner is red, followed by orange, green, black, light blue, dark blue, white, grey and yellow. What a race, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining the Big Sleepout. Good night.
My name's Andrew. I'm an employability manager at St Basils. We have a team of employability coaches that deliver a 5-week bespoke employability programme called #YouCan. We visit our projects and support our support services within St Basils. The qualification is accredited. It develops skills for the young people such as self-belief, confidence, self-awareness. There is much team working activities within it, as well as a career portfolio which they leave with, which is a CV and employability skills wrapped around that. It has been successful because it's engaging, it's fun, there's group work, one-to-one, team building activities, and it has brought about a number of significant benefits to the projects and to the young people. Firstly, communal areas have been used. The young people work together well in those communal areas. They also develop support networks that weren't there before. So a series of young mums at one of the projects now work together supporting one another. In terms of the wider aspects of the course, it is inclusive, so therefore it caters for the young people's needs. And some of the most rewarding experiences have been seeing that young people that have never engaged in programmes or succeeded in programmes have done the #YouCan course and have managed to achieve an accredited qualification. Some people explore obviously avenues back into education and employment and training. We fine-tune those, give them a direction and self-belief to do that. Equally, we have a number of young people that have explored apprenticeships, explored volunteering and work experience. So it's providing them with achievement and a goal and a moving on process. The employability department at St Basils has worked in partnership with the University of Birmingham, their sports psychology department. They've been instrumental in developing resources and delivery of what is called MST for Life, My Strength Training. It's delivered in the projects to the young people. It's very, very inclusive, very much wrapped around building the resilience of the young people, more self-awareness and self-confidence. A tremendous package that's well thought out, and it concludes with the young people experiencing a residential up at Lake Coniston, where they get involved in outward bound activities, a lot of team building activities, and really it tests and challenges them in terms of the skills that they've learnt while doing the MST programme in their projects. Brings people together. It's adventurous, it's challenging, and the young people get rewarded through overcoming barriers that they never believed they could overcome. It's rewarding both for the young people and the staff that undertake it.
Welcome back to the Big Sleepout from home with St Basils. I'm Barry.
And I'm Sian.
And this is the final part of the night. I can't believe how quickly this is going in for us. Well, I say it's the final part of the night. We are actually about to get into our own makeshift shelters right now. I can't help but notice that Sian is far more impressive than mine. You can tell Sian is far more creative than I am. But yeah, well done in the shelter.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I've just got to find out how I'm going to fit into it.
I'm sure you'll manage.
I'm sure you will.
We've got a couple of things we need to do before we go. First thing, I want to thank Boat to Row for the wonderful stuff from the Moseley Folk Festival. Absolutely brilliant band. I was watching some of it there. Absolutely brilliant. You got the answers to the quiz. I've just seen a text message from someone who used a very, very descriptive expletive to describe the history questions and how tough they were. I wonder who set them, Steve. Yes. A resident historian over there. And so, I mean, absolutely brilliant. Hope you've enjoyed that as well. We've got one thing we need to do tonight, and it's announced the winner of the Bear Grylls Adventure pack. Now, basically, everybody who's registered for the event online was entered into a prize draw to win this wonderful prize from Bear Grylls himself. Who someone said I look like.
Really?
I know. I don't see it either. I think it's because we're both got big noses. But anyway, I digress. So, Sian, would you like to pick the winner of the Bear Grylls Adventure?
Wonderful. Don't fall over.
Please don't. So, you can announce the winner.
Okay. It's Shanana Grimaldi.
Shanana Grimaldi.
Well done. Well done.
Well done. You have won the Bear Grylls Adventure Experience. And yes, that's fantastic. Superb. We also have a base shelter prize for the best dwelling, but we're going to pick that during the week because they keep on coming in through our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So keep sending them in. We'll announce it later on in the week. We'll put it on our social media channels so you can find out who won that prize as well. Couple more shout outs before we go as well.
Yeah,
yes.
We have. So I'm just getting onto our Twitter now, our Twitter account, and again they've been flooding in. So Marcus, Balburn, thank you very much. The Thomas Moore RC Primary School, thank you ever so much. The photos are amazing, guys. Keep sending them in to us, please, because we still want to see some pictures of your shelters tonight. Thank you. I think it's important for us to go back through and just thank everybody that's been involved tonight as well. So that includes Andy Street, thank you very much. Sharon Thompson, thank you. Bishop of Birmingham, thank you very much for your conversation with us. It was really valuable. And not to forget, obviously, everybody who's you've seen videos of tonight, which include, I'm going to go through them properly, so don't forget anybody.
Take a breath, Sian, take a breath.
There's been plenty. So we're going to go through. Thank you very much to our charity partners, the Bands of the West Midlands Fire Service, for keeping us all cheered up tonight. So thank you for you guys. Thank you to the Shadow Puppeteer for his entertainment. We've had some amazing feedback, including Stuart Bell, who's really impressed, and you're his new celebrity. So thank you, Drew. We'd also like to thank for taking part my screen's frizzy. Moseley Folk Festival, and also Flat Pack Film Festival. John Fell and
of the Moseley Folk Festival.
Of the Moseley Folk Festival. Thank you, John Fell. Thank you, everybody who's been involved in tonight. We couldn't have made this happen. I want to say a personal thank you to the team who have made this happen. So Steve, Pauline, Sammy, Sian, Ellie, Home, all of you, everybody who's been involved, we really thank you, and especially the person who's been running this entire broadcast, Laura. Laura has been wonderful. It's going to happen without her. Because I'm going to be completely honest, none of us knew how to work any of this until Laura came on board. So thank you to Laura, and please, keep following us. I think we're going to do this again at our next events. I've said that, and everybody's just looked at me with sheer panic because I've suggested that's an idea. But hopefully next year we're going to be able to do this event live again, back at the Cathedral. Stay tuned as well for all of our other events. Our walk will be back, our cycling events will be back, and our woof run will be back. That's my particular favourite. If you don't know about the woof run, there's a tease for you. After this, go onto the YouTube, type in woof run, you'll see the woof run video. Intrigued? I know you are. Anyway, before we go, we've got a final performance from someone who we love at St Basils. Her name is Cara Sobom. She's from Wolverhampton. She's absolutely brilliant. Check out her stuff online as well. But we're going to play some songs just now. And myself and Sian are going to get into our separate dwellings, socially distanced, because that's the way it should be right now. Take care. Hope you sleep well, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Good night. Thank you, everyone.
Hi, I'm Cara Sobom, and I'm really honoured to be here with you tonight. I'm singing you a couple of songs. You're doing great. You're out here, and it's for the Big Sleep Out from home. It's a twist this year. And I'm here on behalf of St Basils, who are doing amazing work to help the homeless youth and youth at risk of homelessness in Birmingham and the greater area. So if you recognise this first one, please sing along. I will pretend like I can hear you, and it'll be a great support for me and hopefully great support for you as well. So here we go, and hope you enjoy it.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we see, oh, I won't be afraid, oh, I won't be afraid, just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. When the sky we look upon could crumble and fall, and the mountain should tumble to the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry, oh, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me, oh, stand by me. Stand by me, stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me, oh, stand by me, oh, stand by me, stand by me, stand by me.
And this second and last one that I'm going to do for you tonight is one of my own songs, and I like to perform it just as a reminder, really, that, you know, the smallest thing can make the biggest difference. That's how I feel anyway. It can be just a smile, but for tonight we are hoping that people dig in their pockets and donate. So good luck, and this last one is called Island.
I can see you're getting tired, got your head bowed down. Been a while since you have felt inspired. Where's that feeling now? Won't you rest up for a little bit? It don't have to be any major trip. So if one of those days turns into 2 or 3, just let go and come here, you'll see that you should let my love wash over you. Maybe allow it to soothe your burning skin. If you wanna let it warm up your blood like a stone soaks up the sun, you can never need too much. So just let my love wash over you. 'Cause I'll be your, I'll be your island.
true for reduced to white noise. When life's too loud to listen, when it's too harsh to touch, when it's getting too much, won't you rest up for a little bit? It don't have to be any major trip. So if one of those days turns into 2 or 3, just let go and come here, see that you should let my love wash over you. Maybe allow it to soothe your burning skin. If you wanna let it warm up your blood like a stone soaks up the sun, you can never need too much. So just let my love wash over you. So retreat into me. It's time to find your bit of peace. Oh, 'cause I'll be your, I'll be your island. I'll be your, I'll be your island. I'll be your island. Oh, you should let my love wash over you. You should let my love wash over you. 'Cause I'll be your island. Thank you. Good night.